Hello, my traders. Happy New Year. Today is the last day of the month December, and today is also the last day of the year 2023. Today is 31st December 2023. I'm Kofi, your admin for Leading Forex. I want to explain and tell you something very important as we enter into 2024 tomorrow. I know you have planned your life already. I know you have planned your goals for 2024 already. You have planned your future in terms of your investments, your savings, your projects, everything about your life. I know you have already put down these things. Now, there is something that I want to tell you that actually affects everything that we have put down. I mean, the goals you have put down and we want to accomplish in 2024 and beyond. There are things that affect these goals and plans. And so I want to draw your attention to it so that as you plan, you can reconsider some of these things I'm about to say so that we can together do things the right way. Let me say that I am not a financial advisor, okay? I am not a financial advisor in any way trying to advise you on your finances. I am only here to share information that I think, if you consider, it may do you a lot of good. So you are not under any obligation to take whatever I'm about to say into consideration. You can choose to ignore and you can choose to consider. That is to your own discretion. Now, what is it that I want to talk about to you? I would like to talk to you about the word inflation. The word inflation has been our devil, if I'll put it. It has been our enemy of progress in life, in terms of our finances or our financial life, in terms of whatever we want to do, the car you want to buy, the house you want to build, the investment you want to have, the savings you want to do, and any other thing about your life. Inflation has been a major stumbling block or a major blockade. And it is one of the factors that has caused us so much that we are not able to accomplish some of the goals. Even if we do, we are not able to achieve it to its maximum. And so because of that, I want to talk about inflation in detail. I know you have been told about inflation in the shallow way or just in a brief explanation or discussion. But I want to go into deep because inflation, as we see, it goes beyond what we know. And that is what I want to talk about in this video. Now, the word inflation, as we always know, or we've been told, is about the changes of price in goods and services. That is all we know about inflation. That if prices of goods and services are increasing or decreasing, it is as a result of what? Inflation. So we've only been told what inflation does, but we've not been told what is this real inflation and what is all about or what it does to us in reality. Now, I'm going to give you practical examples to consider or to actually make my case so that you consider this very important in your plans towards your future. Now, I would like to say this to you. We are forex traders or we are investors in the financial market. But there are a lot of things the big guys are doing. I mean, the millionaires and the billionaires are doing that we are not considering. And so in this video, we need to consider it. The big guys, the investors, the millionaires and the billionaires always consider inflation first in anything they are doing. Okay, they do. And how do they consider it? Or how come they consider inflation? For instance, 2 years ago, that is somewhere 2021, in Ghana here, we use our local currency, which is called the Ghana cedi. I want to use that as an example, okay? And this video will also help you understand a lot. We use the Ghana cedi here in Ghana as our local currency. In 2021, the Ghana cedi to the dollar, if we put the Ghana cedi and the dollar together in pair, $1 was equal to 8 Ghana cedis. So 1 is to 8. $1 to 8 Ghana cedis. Now, today we are in 2023. The same $1 is equal to 12 Ghana cedis. In 2021, $1 was 8 Ghana cedis. We are in the same we are in 2023 now, okay? From 2021 to 2023, the same $1 is equal to 12 Ghana cedis. Why? What has happened? Inflation. Now, imagine at the end of 2021, you had what we call end of year resolution. And you thought of saving $1, okay, for the future. Listen carefully. You thought of saving $1 for the future. So you went to your bank account, or you went to your bank, and then you kept $1 in that bank account, which was 8 Ghana cedis in your bank account. Let's assume that that bank account do not attract monthly charges, okay? Let's also assume that that bank account doesn't attract any charges, no maintenance fee, no whatsoever fee, no any deduction on your savings account. Okay, let's assume that, which is sometimes inevitable, but let's just assume that that bank account, the savings account you went to deposit your $1, which was 8 cedis, there's not going to be any deductions or whatsoever on that account. So the $1 is still going to remain $1 in that account, which is the 8 Ghana cedis. So you kept 8 Ghana cedis in that bank account in 2021. Today we are in 2023. That 8 Ghana cedis, which was equal to $1, assuming you had it in mind that the 8 Ghana cedi, which was equal to $1, is something you want to use to buy maybe a car. Let's assume a car is costing that 8 Ghana cedis. So you want to buy a car with the 8 Ghana cedis in 2023. That is your future plan. You want to buy the car, which is $8 Ghana cedis in 2023. So you kept that money there in 2021, 2022, and in 2023. So let's assume today you've gone to the bank to pick the 8 Ghana cedis, which you kept by then in your account, to go and buy that car that you thought of, which was costing $1. Today, that $1 is no more the 8 Ghana cedis you kept in the bank. That $1 is now 12 Ghana cedis. So what it means is that your 8 Ghana cedis, which has been in your account since 2021, which used to be $1, can no more buy that car that was $1. The $1 is still the same. The price of the car hasn't changed. The price of the car is still the same. It's still the same $1. Since 2021, the price of the car has been $1, 2022, $1, 2023, $1, and today you want to go and buy that car. But that $1 you kept in the bank, in your savings account, which was 8 Ghana cedis, today when you go for it, it can no more buy that $1 car, because the dollar in value now to your currency, which is your Ghana cedi, is now 12 Ghana cedis. So you are holding 8 Ghana cedis, but the dollar still remains the $1. But you need to now have the value of the dollar in 2023, which is now 12 cedis. So it means you have to top up your 8 Ghana cedis with additional 4 Ghana cedis before you can buy the same $1 car. I don't know if you understand this. This is simple. I pray you understand it. So what has happened? Your 8 Ghana cedi is still 8 Ghana cedis. It didn't attract any charges. It didn't attract anything in terms of deductions. But the 8 Ghana cedis can no more buy the car that was sold $1 and is still being sold $1. You will need to top up that 8 Ghana cedis to 12 Ghana cedis before you can buy that same $1 car. So what has happened? That is the question you should be asking yourself. Because in 2021, $1 was equal to 8 Ghana cedis. What has changed? That today the same $1 is no more 8 Ghana cedis, but rather 12 Ghana cedis. Ask yourself. It is what we call inflation. It is what is called what? Inflation. So this will make you understand the reason why the big guys, which we call the investors and the rich, they often do not consider bank accounts. Although they have bank accounts, I'm not saying you shouldn't have a bank account, but they do not keep their monies in currencies. They keep their monies in what is called safe havens. That is where the big guys keep their monies because of inflation. Now, I don't know how many of you have read the court report, Commitment of Traders report before. Have you ever read it? And have you ever taken the time to understand it? Now, it is linked to inflation. Let me explain it a bit. I won't go into detail. Okay. When you read the Commitment of Traders report, which is the court report or the COT report, which you often hear, you will see categories of the report. They have what we call the commercial traders. And then they have those they call the non-commercial traders. And then they have the non-reportable. 3 different categories. But our concentration is often on the commercial and the non-commercial. The non-commercial traders are those we call the speculators. They are like us, but they are institutions. They are companies, okay? These companies or institutions who are called the non-commercials, who are called the speculators, they speculate the rise and fall of currencies because they know that when it comes to the currency world, there is something called inflation that is making the currencies to rise and then to fall on daily basis, on every second, every minute. And that is what you and I have been doing. Because we know that the currencies are falling and rising every minute, every second, we try to take advantage of the rise and fall of the currencies to make profit. So when we know that euro is going to rise against the dollar, then quickly we buy euro USD. When we know that the dollar is going to rise in value against the euro, then we try to sell euro USD. So we do what is called speculation. We speculate the market for profit. We are the non-commercials. We are speculators. So there are institutions and then traders or investors who depend on the rise and fall of these currencies because of inflation to make profit. Just as I gave you an example, in 2021, $1 was 8 cedis. Today in 2023, $1 is 12 cedis. So there has been rise and fall of currency. The dollar has risen, the cedi has fallen. And that is how come the value of the dollar is now 12 Ghana cedis and no more 8 Ghana cedis. Inflation. So we, the speculators, we know that these currencies They rise and fall on daily basis, on minutes, on seconds. And because of that, we, the speculators or the non-commercials, we try to learn and know how these currencies rise and fall. And then we take advantage to make profit. When you study the court report, there is another section also called the commercials. Now, the commercials, they are not speculators. They are companies, commercial companies that have money that they want to keep for their business to continue running. They want to save that money for their business to continue running. There are monies that are investments that we want to be saved somewhere to make sure that their company will keep on running smoothly without any financial difficulties. So those companies, they keep some part of their monies so that those monies will not be affected by inflation, which is the rise and fall of the currencies. So these companies that keep some parts of their monies into some kind of savings that will not be affected by the rise and fall of the currencies, we call them the commercials. Some people also call them the hedges. They hedge. That is what is called hedging in the financial market. So these companies like Apple, like Coca-Cola, like Pepsi, like McDonald's, like, just mention them. Mention the companies you know, including the ones you know in your country. Just mention them. Look at the big companies in your country. The banks, the institutions that are financial institutions. Mention them. These commercial companies or institutions, they do what is called hedging. And what is hedging? Hedging simply means keeping your monies somewhere that it will not be affected by inflation. That is all about hedging. So where do these companies and the big guys, the millionaires, keep their monies against inflation, which is the rise and fall of the currencies? So remember, the non-commercials, who are the speculators, they don't care about whether whatsoever. They are taking advantage of the rise and fall of the currencies to make profit, just as you and I, forex traders, the way we do. The same thing these companies also do. But the commercials, they are not interested in making profit from the rise and fall of the currencies. They are only interested in keeping their monies somewhere that the value will remain the same. Even if the money remains there for 10 years, the value will not change. The value will remain the same. That is hedging. So the question is, where do these big guys, these companies, these gurus in the financial market, where do they keep their monies? That even in 10 years, in 5 years, the value will be the same. That is what I want to talk to you about. Because if you plan building a house today with $1, which is equal to 12 cedis, I can tell you that in a year or two, that $1 that is 12 cedis today will not be the same 12 cedis. The $1 may increase and be more than the 12 cedis. Inflation will affect these two currencies. So if you don't take care, you will have to top up whatever you are keeping down today or you are saving today. You will have to top it up in order to accomplish whatever goal you want to accomplish. So in order not to fall a victim to that, you want to ask yourself, how can you also keep your money somewhere? How can you hedge so that whatever plan you have will remain intact? That is what some companies have taken advantage of. And then they offer you packages of what? Investments. They tell you, come and invest. When you invest with us, we are a hedge company. So when you hedge your money with us, in a year or 2 or 3, this is what you are going to make. Yes, they understand the market, so they try to take advantage. Okay? They have life insurance policies, they have a big policies for you that they want you to subscribe to, which, in other words, will keep your money safe against inflation. Do you get it? So some companies are taking advantage of this, but today I want you to open up the books and tell you everything as it's supposed to be. So where do these companies keep their monies against inflation? They keep their monies into what is called safe havens. And when it comes to the safe haven world, we have currencies that are termed as safe havens, and then we have others that are not currencies, which are also termed as safe havens. I told you I will be dealing with one of them so much in 2024, and that is crypto. Cryptocurrency is a safe haven, and that is why Elon Musk decided to buy Solana or put more of his monies into Solana. You didn't understand him when he was buying Solana or putting almost half of his monies into Solana. You never understood what he was trying to do. He wanted to hedge his money. He wanted to prevent his money against inflation. Now, safe havens, let me talk about them. When it comes to safe havens, we have currencies that are safe havens, and one of them is the US dollar. Another one is the Swiss franc. In my last video, I said the Swiss franc is from Sweden, right? No, it's from Switzerland, rather. Switzerland, which is called the Swiss franc. So Swiss franc, which is the CHF, is from Switzerland. And Switzerland is where we have the World Bank. That is where we have the IMF. That's where we have all the Bretton Woods institutions. They are there because of Swiss franc, the US dollar. Now, you will now come to understand why most guys will want to open what we call the dollar account. You've been hearing them, oh, I want to open a dollar account. I want to open a dollar account. This is the reason. So the same scenario I gave you, assuming your account was a dollar account in 2021, where you kept $1 in that account, it means that the $1 which you kept in 2021, which was 8 cedis, today that $1 will be 12 cedis. So your money wouldn't have been affected by inflation if your currency was the dollar, or if you saved $1 into your dollar account in 2021. Does this make sense? So that is why most African countries, or most of the banks in Africa, they offer you what is called dollar accounts. Do you understand now? This is more profitable to us in Africa, but it is not profitable to those of you in Europe and then in the Americas, because the dollar account will really not make sense over there, but it will make sense to those of us in Africa, because our currencies in Ghana, in Africa, let me put it, our currencies in Africa depend on the dollar. So most of the central banks in Africa are keeping the dollar as a safe haven. That is the currency most of the African nations are holding on to as a safe haven, the dollar. So Ghana, for instance, we hold on to the dollar as our safe haven. Whenever we have little dollars in Ghana, the cedi will fall. If we want the cedi to rise again on its feet, we have to make sure we get more dollars in Ghana. Our central bank will need to get more dollars. Then our cedi will begin to appreciate in value again. So you see it, that is the whole mathematics. And that is the whole science in the economics world. So Nigeria, the government of Nigeria depends on the dollar for the strength of the naira. When there's no dollars in Nigeria, the naira will begin to go weak and worse. So that is why some guys try to open the dollar account. So if you're in Africa and you open a dollar account, you are actually doing a hedge account. That is what it's called, hedging. So when you open a dollar account, what it means is that in 2021, your $1 will still be $1 in 2023 today. And the $1 which was 8 cedi in 2021, today that $1 will be 12 cedis. So you will literally not be adding any additional money to execute a project that you had wanted to execute. The car you wanted to buy in 2023 with the $1, which you saved in 2021 in your dollar account, you can still go and take that $1 today and go and buy that car. The value is the same, and your money is also with the same value. So your $1 in 2021 will still be $1 in 2023. So it is possible you can buy that car without going to look for additional money. But if your account was in cedis, then your $1, which was 8 cedis that you kept in the bank today, you may have to top it up with 4 Ghana cedis in order to buy. So do you get the explanation? Very simple. So the dollar is seen as what? A safe haven in Africa. And that is why most people keep their monies into dollar accounts. It's to hedge against inflation. Do you get it? Good. The Swiss franc is also the same thing. Most of the banks or the governments, they also keep their monies in Switzerland. Some of these Bretton Woods institutes, they keep some of the country treasurers with them. So you hear that, okay, this number of countries are part of the IMF. Before you can be part of IMF, you need to join. And there is a contribution you will be making. So that whenever you have a problem, they will go and take part of that contribution and come and help you solve your problem. So you are making those contributions, or you are contributing those monies as a country to IMF because the Swiss franc is a safe haven. It will not depreciate your money. So anytime you have problems, you can easily fall on that money and then you solve your problem. If it is financial crisis, you will use it to solve your problem. And so most of the African governments, they have subscribed to this Bretton Woods Institute, the World Bank and the rest, all because of what? Hedging. No lecturer will give you this in the classroom. I'll do that for you here on this YouTube channel. I didn't do anything about finance. I didn't learn anything about economics. No. But I had to read. I had to research. And that is why I'm taking the pain to teach you and to explain things to you here. I'm a journalist by profession, so I love to research. And that is what has brought me and given me the eye-opener in the financial world. Now, so the dollar, now you understand why people open dollar accounts in Africa. It's because of what? Hedging against the rise and fall of currencies. And today you understand why your government is part of IMF. You understand why your government is part of the World Bank program and other Bretton Woods institutes. Is because of the Swiss franc. They are hedging the country against difficult times. Good. Now, what of other commodities that are not part of currencies? And that is where I want all of you doing the watching to listen and listen carefully. Currencies, whether you like it or not, they rise and fall. They rise and then they fall. They rise and fall in a sense that inflation is always exposing those currencies to dangers. And because of that, if your concentration is only on the currency aspect of havens, you may have difficulty when those currencies depreciate or they fall. For instance, the US dollar has fallen several times. And the term they often refer to the fall of the US dollar is what we call recession. So when you hear that, oh, there's recession in the America or in the US, it simply means the dollar has fallen. The dollar, which all the other countries were keeping as a safe haven, has fallen. And anytime the dollar falls, all your monies are pegged to the local currency. So if today $1 is equal to 12 Ghana cedis, if the dollar should fall, okay, it is possible if the dollar should fall, the dollar may become maybe 5 cedis. Once the dollar becomes 5 cedis, then it means your cedi, which was 12 cedis, is also going to be reduced to 5 cedis. I don't know if you understood what I've just said. Okay. You have monies in dollars as a hedging. Okay. You are hedging your money in currencies, the dollar. Once the dollar falls, your money also falls. So if the dollar, which is 12 Ghana cedis today in 2023, falls, and the dollar comes to 2 Ghana cedis or 5 Ghana cedis, what it simply means is that your Ghana cedis, which was 12 cedis, has also been reduced, has also fallen to 2 Ghana cedis or 5 Ghana cedis. So it means wherever the dollar will go, there your money will also go. So if the dollar falls, because your money is in dollars, so if it falls to 2 Ghana cedis, your money is also falling back to 2 Ghana cedis. Let me give you an example. In 2008, there was a recession in the US. The dollar by then in Ghana was around 2 cedis and some pesos in 2008. You can go back and check the records. US dollar fell. There was recession in the US. The dollar became 1 cedis. From 2 cedis and some pesos, it came down to 1 Ghana cedis because it has fallen. And then in 2008 to 2009, if you remember, the dollar was equal to 1 Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, it wasn't like that in 2007, getting to 2008. The dollar was around 2 cedis something, but because the dollar fell, the dollar became 1 cedi, and everything came back to factory reset, or everything got formatted. So what it simply means is that when you are keeping your monies in currencies, it is also dangerous. The money can go back to factory reset, or it can come back to reset. At any time, that haven will fall. And because of that, some people are very mindful of keeping their monies on currencies, especially now that the US is going to have elections in 2024. Investors are not certain at all. They are not. So they will want to move their monies from the currency haven to the commodity havens. And what are the commodity havens? The commodity havens are the cryptocurrencies and commodities like gold, silver, palladium. I mentioned them again. Cryptocurrencies, gold, silver, and palladium. Metals, if I'll put it, metals. They are all safe havens. So how can you keep your monies in these safe havens? Before I answer that, I want to also say this. The safe havens and the commodities and crypto, they don't depreciate in value like the way the currencies depreciate in value. They don't depreciate. They don't depreciate in value, but they depreciate in portfolio. This is a topic on its own. It's a topic on its own. You can Google and begin to research. The currencies, they rise and fall. But the crypto and then the other metals like gold, they don't depreciate in value. They depreciate in portfolio. Should I explain a bit? It will be difficult, but I think I will find another way to explain that in another topic or another discussion or video. So because of that, most investors love to keep their monies in this other side of the world, which is the crypto world or the metals world. Today, as I speak to you, most of the African countries are beginning to hold on to the metals as safe havens. Why? Because they have learned from the giants, which is the US and the Russia and the other countries, that they are holding on to the dollar. Sorry, the gold or the metals as safe havens. US is US and the dollar is king because they have a lot of gold as safe haven. They have stored a lot of gold as a hedge to protect their currency, which is the dollar. Russia is Russia because they are buying a lot of gold and they have a lot of gold. China, as I speak to you, is buying a lot of gold. That is why in African countries, if you have realized, countries with gold, you see a lot of Chinese companies coming into our country because China is interested in having a lot of metals to hedge against their currencies or their economies. So these giant companies are giant companies or giant countries because they have a lot of metals in stock as safe haven. And so these metals and cryptocurrencies, they do not depreciate in value. They depreciate in portfolio. But like I said, I'll do another video to explain that. So the question is, how can you keep your monies into some of these safe havens so that whatever plan you have, whether you want to build, you want to buy a car, you want to do whatsoever, you want to save, think of saving in the safe havens. Because if you open an account today, which is a savings account, there are monthly charges. There are maintenance and service charges on that account. So before you realize, your $1, which is equal to 12 cedis today, if you keep 12 cedis in your account, trust me, in 2-3 years, that 12 cedis will no more be 12 cedis. The banks will deduct their charges. And in 2-3 years, if you don't take care, they may even take the whole 12 cedis away. Yes, as charges alone. So you'll be reduced to nothing. You have nothing in the account because the banks have taken those monies away as charges and maintenance fees and whatsoever. So if you try hard to get an account which will not attract these charges, there is still inflation that it will attract. So it's very important that you think of how to save using the safe havens. So you can choose to open a dollar account if you're in Africa. If you are not in Africa, you can choose to open an account with any crypto platform that allows you to save. And that is where I'll be doing a lot of series in terms of videos to explain the very ways you can actually make money or keep your money safe in crypto or even trade the crypto like the way you trade Forex. All this is there. There are so many activities that are going on in the crypto world that a lot of us do not know. So one of them is to keep your money safe there as a savings account. If you have a savings account or if you have any crypto wallet, that is more or less a savings account. So there are different types of crypto wallets. I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush into this. So let me just pause there. So the good thing is that you need to keep some part of your savings into a crypto wallet that will be a savings crypto wallet. There are different types of them. I will explain in other videos. So these are the options that you can consider. Okay. I am not a financial consultant, but if you want to consult me, should I charge you for consultation? Yes, but please, I won't. But all I want to say is that take your time. Just subscribe to this channel because I'm going to take my time and explain and teach you how to do all this on this channel. Okay. But opening a dollar account, you just have to look for a bank. Look for any bank that has a dollar account. Go and open one and begin to save some dollars. Even if it's $1 a day, go and keep it there. Okay. Go and save small, small, small. That is for those of you in Africa who will want to hedge. All right. But if you are also in Africa and you want to do the crypto hedging, it is also there. You can hedge your money in crypto. You can choose at least 4 cryptocurrencies. Okay. 4 cryptocurrencies. You can choose 4. That is at least. Then you hedge. You put maybe $2 or even $4 or $10 in maybe, for instance, example, I'm just giving an example. Maybe you keep $10 in Ethereum, you keep $10 in Bitcoin, you keep maybe $10 in Solana, and then maybe you keep $10 in which one? There are many. There are more than 100 of them. So it's just an example. I'm not going to go and do that immediately. Please take note. So every month you can choose to add up. So maybe today, this month, you deposited $10 in Bitcoin. You bought some $10 Bitcoin into your savings, your Bitcoin savings account. Let me put it that way. Your Bitcoin savings account. You put $10 in it this month. Next month, you put another $10 in it. Then Solana, you put $10 there. Next month, $10. Small, 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 small. Before you realize, your portfolio has grown. Your savings in those crypto world has grown. And then you are good to go. You are securing your future against any financial trouble. So that is also there. If you also want to open that of the metals market or metals, what do you call it? Savings account like gold. It's also there. That is under the CFDs. So under the CFDs, you can open those accounts. So a lot is there to be talked about. In as much as you are trying to make profit, if you make the profit and you go and keep it back at places that will depreciate the money, you will just be doing merry-go-round, or you will just be doing the rat race kind of thing. Because you are picking money, you are robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's just going to be going in circles because you are making profit. You go and keep the profit back at places that the whole profit will depreciate or depletes. That's the word I wanted to use. Will depletes. Then what use is it? You made $100 profit. You have gone to keep it in an account that in a year, the whole $100 will be gone. Then what profit have you made? So you need to think about how you can hedge your money like other companies are hedging so that your money will always be intact against any financial crisis, against any trouble. That is how come some companies go bankrupt. When they are hit by any financial crisis, they go bankrupt. They tell you they have no money again to operate. All their monies are gone. And then you hear that a giant company has collapsed. It has gone bankrupt. What it simply means is that the company has no money again. All their investments, all their savings has been depleted by a bad financial situation. I don't want you to be a victim of that. Please take your time and learn a lot from this channel. Subscribe if you haven't, and make sure that you will stick around to get more information on this channel. I'm sure this video will give you additional thoughts about what you want to do in the near future. Thank you. My name is Kofi, your admin.